Hello guys and welcome to my channel. Don't you hate when people say that? I just said it, whatever. Today I'm gonna do for you my first ever official YouTube video Q&A. I have actually noticed that I am getting loads more questions from you guys about kind of how this all happened, how it all started, and how I created this channel, how I created Girls at Scuba, how I earn money from it. Everyone wants to know about my love life, and and I actually really like it. I think it's great that you guys want to know more about how to become an influencer. Still hate that word. So I thought that I would put it out to you guys on Instagram and Facebook. So if you don't follow me over there, then sorry, you better follow me now. The links are below. I said you guys could ask me whatever you wanted, and I only did it about 2 hours ago. So whoever responded first will be the ones that I answer the questions to. So let's begin with coffee. Okay, I'm gonna start with one of the first questions I got. How did you start your travels, and how did you grow your startup? So I started traveling in 2011 and we're now in 2018. That's, I think, maybe 19. Now we're in 2019. So that was about 8 years ago. The reason I actually originally started traveling on this first kind of 8-year stint was after my mum suddenly passed away, and it helped me realize that life's very short and we have to do what we want to do. And I kind of didn't want to go back and start working in a job that I didn't like and let 10 years go by without actually doing the things I really wanted to do anymore. So I decided to start traveling, and I went traveling to Thailand and Indonesia for 2 months with one of my friends, and we backpacked on a budget, and we did like what most 20-something-year-olds do when they go to Thailand and Indonesia, and had a really good time and partied too much. But it definitely showed me that traveling was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I wouldn't say that going to Thailand or Indonesia changed my life. It definitely didn't. It just opened up the idea that traveling was a lot easier than I actually thought it was going to be. I then started I wanted to keep traveling, but I also wanted to earn some money. So I used to work in like Camp America in America, which they would pay you to come for the summer and work in America. I worked as a lifeguard. And I would do like teaching jobs around the world, and then I started this blog, and when I started this blog I started freelance writing, and then I started getting the opportunity to travel a lot more and to travel for free. So that's kind of how this all started. I started writing for other publications. People would offer me to come to their hotel or to their company, and in exchange for a free stay or a free tour, they would give me, in exchange for a free stay or a free tour, I'd write about them on my blog. Fast forward 5 years, and obviously a lot has changed and a lot has developed, but that's initially how I started. Okay, next question. Any advice on how to get paid to travel? That is such a common question for me and all travel blogger influencers. Everybody wants to know how to get paid to travel the world, and obviously it's not that easy. You don't just get paid to travel the world, you have to work for it. It takes a lot of dedication, a lot of time, and I think, to be honest, you really need to be committed already to traveling. You need to do a lot of it yourself, and you need to work very hard. Obviously starting a blog is one way, but I don't know how much anymore that starting a blog will actually you'll get paid to travel the world. I think there are other options like working in an airline, working as a travel agent, or starting your own company, which has got something to do with travel and scuba diving maybe. But do you know what? Like, you can Google and YouTube how to get paid to travel the world, and bloggers will tell you to start a blog, but I don't think you're gonna get paid a lot of money to do that. You do that because you love traveling and you want to share it with the world. Okay, we know you love diving, but do various dive centers invite you for dives? Do you plan your travel per that? So yes, dive centers, now that I'm running Girls at Scuba and we are the largest female dive community in the world, dive centers will invite us and invite me, I would say 100% of the time. Dive centers I've been invited that I will go along to. purely because I need to be traveling to different dive destinations to create new content. And B, I need to be traveling and diving with different people and different companies, so you can have more of a wide range of recommendations. I don't dive with people because they offer it to me for free. I dive with people because I believe in what they do, I'm interested in their destination, ethical reasons, etc, etc. But yes, dive centres do invite me to come and dive with them because they're going to get quite a lot of promotion in return just from giving free diving. If you think about how much diving actually costs for the dive centre, it's not that much, especially if it's like shore diving. I've got all my own equipment. It's a tank and a guide, and it's usually I go out with some other people as well. So dive companies, dive liveaboard centres do invite me to come dive in. I don't plan my trips around that. I would usually plan a place that I want to go, and then I would reach out to some dive centres, or some dive centres watch this channel and I'll be like, I'm going to Philippines next week, and then they'll just email me, message me and ask me to come along with them. So yeah, I'm obviously going to be completely open and honest about that. I don't think there's anything to be ashamed of creating something that has got such huge promotional power that companies want to give you stuff for free. And it's not, as funny as it sounds, getting something for free is not getting paid to do something. I'm not earning anything for diving, for not paying for diving. You have to remember that, because for me, I'm still working because I'm still working to produce content, but I'm not actually getting paid for it when I go along for free. There are other ways that you do get paid. Ooh, there's loads of questions. I'm gonna come back to all these money ones. It's good, and I like that you guys want to know how I make money, and I have said to you, especially this year, that I will be more open to how to make money, but I just want to keep this fresh for people that don't want to make money from scuba diving or traveling. How did you get started in diving? How, where, and with who did you do all of your certifications with? That's a good one. So I started diving in 2009 when I went to the Maldives, which I'm going to again in like a few days, with my boyfriend at the time, and there was nothing else to do there. I mean, you guys that have been to the Maldives, like, you know that it's just beautiful, but it's not like you're going to be doing lots and lots of stuff when you're on one of the islands. So scuba diving was one of the options, so we both decided to give it a try, and I loved it. From the moment I literally dipped my toes in with a wetsuit on and a tank on my back, I loved it. I knew from the moment I started scuba diving that it would change my life. I wasn't sure, I was only 19 at that time. I wasn't sure how it would change my life. I obviously had no idea that I would have created a business of scuba diving, but I knew that it was going to change my life. Where did I do all my certifications? Egypt, I did the rest. I did open water and advanced open water. No, I did my advanced open water in Utila in Honduras, and did my rescue in Turkey, in Fethiye, and I did my dive master in Fethiye. And then I've done different courses in Indonesia and other places around the world. But yeah, my main ones for dive master was in Turkey. Next question. Okay, what is the most difficult situation you faced in any of your trips? This one was on Facebook. Oh, the most difficult situation. Oh, I don't know, that's actually a really hard question. I'm one of those people that never ever dwells on negatives. I'm always thinking into the future, I'm thinking forward, I'm always thinking positively. So I actually think that there's just something in my brain that just erases bad stuff that happens. Difficult situation. I really struggle to think of like one in particular. I've obviously been in so many difficult situations. I would say I'm probably I'm uncomfortable more than I am comfortable a lot of the times during my travels. Not so much anymore because I've been doing it for so long. I remember one time, the most difficult, and not because like something went wrong, but I was in Peru on Christmas and I was doing like workaway, like where you volunteer your time and you get free accommodation and free food in a hostel in Cusco. And we were planning to go, and this is actually quite a funny story, a travel story. We were planning to go to Machu Picchu, which obviously everybody goes to Peru for and everyone actually goes to Cusco for. So planning to go and hike Machu Picchu on like Boxing Day or something like that. And while I was in South America, like I am now, I was vegetarian. So I obviously didn't eat any meat, and I got really ill on Christmas Eve, and we were staying in like a staff like hostel room, and I literally passed out on the floor. One of my friends like came to pick me up and was like, "You all right?" And I was like, "No." And I must have passed out like 10, 20 times that night, which is crazy because I'd never passed out before. I ended up having to go to hospital. I went to hospital and I found out I had a parasite, and the parasite had come from pig feces. Not only did I not eat meat, the pig was punishing me by eating salad. I just think it was just really funny that I'd, you know, obviously somehow come in contact with pig feces, even though I don't even eat meat. And so I was in hospital on Christmas Day, didn't go to Machu Picchu, and I never rearranged. I went to Peru and I did not hike Machu Picchu, guys. What? Who am I? Am I even a real traveller? But, you know, that was pretty difficult. I was in hospital, so what could I do? Right, next question. Okay, how much did you pay for the Luxor Hot Air Balloon? Is it expensive? I actually get asked quite a lot about Luxor. I love Luxor. It's one of my favourite places in Egypt. I mean, I've got quite a few favourite places, and I really hope, I'm going back in August, so I want to come back to Luxor. So with the hot air balloon, I know this is only going to be relevant for people that actually want to go to Egypt, but anyway, don't book it until you're actually there, because there's so many companies, and you can literally book it on the day, or even like the day after or something like that. I think it cost me $40, I think, but it shouldn't be like too much more expensive than that. Although it was about 2 years ago, but I can't imagine it's gone up that much. But yeah, don't book anything. When you go to Luxor, you can literally just do it all when you're there. If you want to book in advance, it's probably a lot more expensive, and it's all to do with weather conditions as well. When are you coming to Romania? I'm not sure, but I would love to. I've never been. Okay, do you have a boyfriend? So I get asked this quite a lot. Do I have a boyfriend? And I don't mind. I don't mind that people ask me that, actually, because I understand that when you almost like share someone's life online and you watch them, you kind of want to get to know about their personal life as well. But that is the one thing that I do try to keep quite sacred and quite private to myself, is my love life, because I don't know. I think it's that one thing that I have got that doesn't need to be put online. Do I have a boyfriend? Maybe. Maybe I do. Maybe there's nothing to tell you. Let's keep it secret. Did you get a haircut? Nope. Lots of questions about Egypt. Is Mars Alam better than Hurghada for scuba diving? And between Hurghada and Dahab, yes, Mars Alam is better for scuba diving than Hurghada, because Hurghada itself is really where like a lot of the liveaboards go from anyway, and they end up going to Mars Alam, whereas Mars Alam you're already there. Mars Alam has Satire Reef, which is dolphin house, which you can swim with the dolphins, and then it also has Abu Dabab Beach, where the elusive dugong lives. So for me, I would always head over to Mars Alam before Hurghada, although Hurghada is still a nice place, and you've got at least more like resorts and stuff if that's what you're looking for. I'm having to keep refreshing to have a look. How do you select a destination to dive, and how do you make sure it's safe? It's a good question. I selected a destination to dive pretty much based on like what I read online and what like people tell me. Obviously running a scuba dive community, I'm so in touch with scuba divers from all over the world 24/7. Literally, there is not a minute of the day that you can't find somebody to give you some help and advice, especially on Girls at Scuba, for any of you that are part of that. So I really do go based on recommendations, but I also do try to look for like scuba dive destinations that people don't usually talk about, because that obviously gives us an opportunity to go, take a look, see if it's good, and tell you guys about it if it is. I would say that I think it's my job to try and find amazing scuba destinations, so gotta take that on. Do you like my plant, by the way? It's nice, isn't it? I thought I'd just leave it there as a little prop, but it actually just is always there. It's not really like a video prop. Anyway, I think my, look at this light. It is a beautiful day today in England and the light is shining through my window. Next question, what kind of tech equipment do you use for your videos and photos? So funny, people ask me this a lot, like, oh, how did you take that photo? Or like, what camera equipment do you use? I'm like the worst photographer, vlogger, video. I'm not any of these things, basically. I'm not a photographer, I'm not a videographer, I'm not a vlogger, I'm my iPhone, this thing, which is a Sony R something or other. Underwater, I use a para lens, which is a dive action cam. If you're a diver, you know about it. I have got the new GoPro 7, but I don't know. I was gonna film this on the GoPro, but it drains back. Just as I said that my GoPro's memory would have gone by now, this one just went. That's something I'm really not good at, is getting rid of data on my memory cards very quickly. But basically, I am very fortunate enough also to travel with a lot of amazing photographers and videographers who that's their job and their profession, to create these amazing videos. So I'm really lucky that quite a lot of what I do does come from my amazing friends. And I use my iPhone, I use my para lens, I use my GoPro sometimes. I have got an underwater housing, a Kraken underwater housing for my iPhone, which I will be using in the Maldives, which I'm really excited about, because I think that would just be amazing for Instagram. Okay, somebody has asked if I am settling in England now, because I'm sure if some of you follow me, I'm drinking too much coffee, some of you follow me on Instagram stories, you'll see that I have just moved into my amazing new apartment in England. But that doesn't mean that I'm staying here, because as of Wednesday, I'll be in Germany for 4 days attending a scuba dive conference there. I will be back for 2 days, then I'm off to Maldives for our Girls at Scuba group trip, and I have 1 day off, and then I'm heading on to another liveaboard to do some more content creation. Then I will be back for around a week, and then I'm heading to Mexico again. We have got our Girls at Scuba Day round 2 in Cabo San Lucas, and at the moment there's humpback whales and orcas and blue whales and everything, so I'm so excited. I realise you didn't ask me what my plans were, but I'm not settling down in England. I'm going to be using England as a base now, and I'm really happy about that. I love where I live. It's right by the sea. I'm living with my best friend. We have a lovely apartment and we're 30. And yeah, I just feel like a bit of an adult now. I feel like it is time for me to kind of have somewhere that I can put my suitcases that I'm never actually going to unpack. But I'm certainly not settling, and it's just a 6-month contract, and I will most probably be living in a different country by the time some of you are watching this. So, yep. Okay, I'm gonna do one last question until you guys get bored. A lot of the questions are about how I make money and how I get free gear and stuff. So I think maybe I should just do a completely separate video on that. Let me know if that's what you would like to know about money and everything like that. This is a good one. So what inspired you to live a plastic-free life? So first of all, I don't live a plastic-free life. I try really hard to live a plastic and waste-free life. But it is, I mean, everybody knows it is almost impossible, because we live in a world of convenience and consumerism and fast fashion. So it is very hard, but I was inspired by being a scuba diver and by traveling the world and seeing the effect that humans have had on this planet. It is absolutely incredible the things that we have done to destroy some of the most beautiful places in the world. And it makes me sad, but it also just, I felt responsibility, and I feel like we should all feel responsibility. You know, if all you've got to do is look at what you've got in your hand or what you've got in your bag, and whatever that is probably still going to be on this planet for a long time. So we're going to have to start thinking about what we buy and what we consume. So I was inspired to start my plastic-free journey through traveling and scuba diving, and it has been an amazing process. I've obviously started a waste-free world along the way, which has turned into a lovely community of people that also want to start living a less wasteful plastic life, and we've got big things coming with that. I'm really excited this year to be starting a load of new projects, inspiring more people to hopefully go plastic free, to use less waste, to eat less meat, to have less of a footprint on this planet. So I'm really glad that you guys are interested in it. I think you are. You definitely are. You tell me you are, and you should be, because we all have a responsibility to make this planet a bit better. Anyway, that was my first ever Q&A. Thank you so much for all your questions. There is loads more questions, so I'm going to just try and answer them on the Instagram and Facebook anyway. And if you do want me to do more videos like this, let me know. I definitely do want to do more YouTube videos this year. Just talking to you guys more openly and honestly, and yeah, maybe you can keep asking me if I've got a boyfriend, and maybe one day I can make a video telling you. Let's keep that a secret for now. But thank you for all watching, and I will see you very soon in Germany and the Maldives.